back with another video, and we're gonna be talking about why Pisces are so mean to you when they don't like you no more. See, now this mean that you done something to cause this. When this happens, and when a Pisces just don't care anymore, this is the type of treatment you're gonna get. See, everybody be thinking that they consciously aware of what's going on. See, but you got to see it from a Pisces point of view, because a lot of times that could be a Pisces weakness, is the fact that you may be going through a situation where you constantly keep taking on more. You keep taking on more than you should. And see, the thing about it is, you start realizing that, why am I letting these people take advantage? Or why am I giving people too many chances? Or why am I giving people, ammunition in so many words? Now, here's the thing. When a Pisces expects to get reciprocated with respect. So like, when it's not given, it just builds up resentment. And a lot of times this happens because, some Pisces may not be, they may not communicate. They might not be communicative, or however you say it, to where, they don't say always what they want or what they expect. So when they don't communicate this and it doesn't happen, it's like, a Pisces can get frustrated by not getting the respect, reciprocated, because it's like, well, I'm giving you chances and I'm making sure you're always good, but then when I need something, it's not there. Or it's always an excuse of why you can't, X, Y, and Z can't help me. So when a Pisces don't care no more, and I'm talking about to the point where it's literally like, it's literally zero, so it's like a Pisces just, they can't help but show you the opposite, so it's like, if they was real, kind to you at first, made sure you was straight, made sure, just being very helpful and kind, and they get to this point, they're not going to, they're not going to sag off. They're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's over with. At that point, when a Pisces is frustrated and gets to this point where I don't care anymore, this could look, I'm going to tell you guys, like, Pisces will literally show you the emotion of of being dissatisfied with you. So then, like, how this would look would be the fact that a Pisces attitude may have an attitude with you. It could be probably the worst attitude you ever experienced. It could be from just, now I'll tell you, this is a known one right here. So if a Pisces, let's say a Pisces is, at a venue or just the gym, and then a Pisces just sees you and they know you're coming right behind them, they probably won't hold the door open for you. It could be the little things like that, the little, something simple like that. The Pisces will literally show you, so you feel it. It's almost like you feel the fish showing you his movements. See, the little saying that always goes is that, the best dish is served cold, right? But hey, according to the Pisces, the best, the best the best fish is served cold. Now, when it comes to what's going on, everybody that just came in, welcome. So the thing about it is, a Pisces, see, what tends to happen is, a lot of times a Pisces lets things build up too far. See, and then when it comes to the point where the Pisces can no longer take on any more of the BS or whatever it is that's overwhelming them by a person, it almost like a Pisces snaps. See, and then when this happens, it's like there's no coming back from this. There's no mending. There's no, I'm sorry. There's no forgiveness at this point. See, so what I would recommend for a lot of Pisces out there that feel like this is, I understand why. Like I used to be just like you, and I could relate to like the truth or like something, for instance, like of how I felt. So like if I didn't like something, I had this weakness of like basically acting like, oh, I'm all cool with whatever, is going on. And the truth of it all was that if I was bothered by something, I just would keep it a secret. I would keep it to myself and complain later, or complain to somebody else like, hey, I can't, pillow talking and saying stuff like, oh, I can't stand such and such, they ask me for a ride and they keep doing it. But then people will oftentimes will just tell them no. But because I didn't want the confrontation of having to explain myself, and that was more redundant to me to have to explain myself or why I don't want to do something to somebody that's an adult. So it's like, what I realize is what I learned from that situation is that you have to, even if you don't want to go through, the whole you explaining yourself, because some people just they're not going to get it. You can't expect them to just read your mind like as it happens. But yeah, what's going on, random part of me? What's going on, everybody that entered? Hit that like button, like, comment, share, subscribe. Now, the next thing that it is that, for instance, if a Pisces go through a divorce, something that's like of that matter, a lot of times a Pisces will stand up for themselves. Now, it's more about protecting the relationship in some aspects. Like a Pisces really looks at the whole picture. So the last thing they want to happen is for that whole situation that they work so hard towards to fall apart. So at that particular time, that could be a blessing to you where, yeah, they may forgive you more than they should. But if it's not reciprocated, this can actually leave that Pisces scorned to the point where they will never change. They will never forget that moment to where it becomes a trust thing, or something ends up happening to where now this Pisces is not the most forgiving person as they used to be because of it. So yeah, at times a Pisces, like, okay, so the best way to put this is that you don't even realize how much a Pisces appreciates you until you really do something wrong, until you really mess up. And it could be something that you subtly just are not thinking about, from a person listening to you and really listening to what you have to say versus like, using selective hearing or just simply ignoring you. So to really have somebody sit there and listen to you and really try to figure out what you're going through, it should be something that's appreciated. But this is the thing, you got people out there, and I had to see the same thing, so I can relate, is that you would think everybody is just like you, or not 100%, but you would think that, okay, everything is relatable, right? But nah, everybody is not like you, Pisces. So you can't expect this to be, oh, this person is just like me, or they're going to handle this situation how I would. And, even just an assumption of thinking somebody will use common sense. Nah, that's not how the world is. So what ends up happening that at this point, you could become so mean that your dark side begins to starts to show, because how you see, this is the thing, how you're really feeling subconsciously ends up coming out. But you will ask yourself and say, wait a minute, this is how I'm supposed to be. This is what I should be doing all along. See, and the very thing that you're hiding is the very thing that needs to be said. So that was another lesson learned within itself, is that when you get mad, that is the real you. See, because everything that you notice, let me explain. You notice when you get mad, it's much easier to communicate. It's much easier to express yourself when you're mad. Because why? You don't hold back. And that's how you're supposed to be anyway. So when you are dealing with someone and you notice that someone starts to push your buttons and you just abruptly just like, you just go off or you just say whatever it comes to mind, that's how you're supposed to be anyway. So that's you learn from your emotions, you learn you learn from your temperament of how you should be. And see, this is what I study, because when someone pisses you off, right? You notice that everything that you wanted to say comes out. So it's almost like that person is given permission by someone in order for you to express yourself. It kind of like it gives you the floor. See? And let's see, Lord CUB, you said it's healing too, facts. Said cause I be mad happy. Seriously, facts. That's the thing. Like, you could, like, let's say you didn't want to do, let's say the first time someone asked you for a favor and you're a Pisces, you may have willy-nilly just wanted to help that person that one time, right? The next day they come back with the same dilemma and it's like, hey, can you help me out? And you're like, okay, I'll do it one more time. But let's say you as a Pisces, your intuition starts to starts telling you, hey, this person is trying to take advantage. Use your kindness for weakness. And then you start feeling that Pisces. That's when they say a Pisces starts Pisceing. That's what we're talking about, where you're feeling that current going on within you, where it's like you're feeling that. Some may look at it similar, being similar to fight or flight. But when you start Pisceing, you start feeling the current of, I don't feel like doing this anymore, because now I see that this person is looking at me as a scapegoat. This person is trying to use me or take advantage now, and this is no longer me helping this person anymore. So see, the thing about it is Pisces is so quick to cut a person off, ending the cycle and foreseeing it ahead of time. So that's how Pisces be knowing, like, when you are trying to take advantage of, Pisces can feel the shift in energy because it's shifting the energy within that Pisces. So that's why it's like, yeah, you might feel like, oh man, how does this Pisces know that I'm basically taking advantage, or I'm trying to? It's because the minute you shift your energy, then that shifts the Pisces energy, because they're only reflecting from you. They're trying to help you. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to reflect onto you how I would want to be treated in return. But if you're going to take advantage of me, I can only mirror the same shifty energy. So this is why you go from, oh, this Pisces was just so helpful and so kind. All of a sudden, I asked them for a ride the second and third time, and they went off on me. The Pisces didn't do nothing different but match your energy. See, you being shifty, then the Pisces start becoming shifty, because it's the language. It's the body language. It speaks for itself. A Pisces can only communicate to you the same way that you envisioned it. So that's what I'm saying. A Pisces is only going to give you what you can handle. See, if you try to do some slick stuff, then a Pisces is only going to give you it back slicker. It's like, okay, well, I guess I got to do it the same way. I got to put it in the same present, wrapped up the same way that you did. But this is all done naturally. It's not like a Pisces is sitting there, contemplating and saying, oh yeah, this is how I'm going to do it. No, a Pisces just naturally just matches, just mirrors you. So it's almost like, oh, the very thing you were trying to do, the Pisces basically gave it back to you, but it was wrapped up in the same way that you presented it. So that's why, that's one way. Now, when it comes to this is the thing. See, a Pisces will be cool, calm, collective, and nice to you, as long as you respect them and you appreciate them, right? Now, if you do the opposite and that Pisces get to a point where they don't like you no more, they're going to make sure every single moment from then on, you feel it. And it ain't going to feel too good, because this is the thing. When you got so many people, they piss off a Pisces and they expect a Pisces to get over it. That's disrespectful. Like they don't realize just how much they hurted that Pisces to even get to that point or that state of mind. But they think we're just supposed to easily just get over it, whatever happened. And it's like, nah. See, a Pisces at that point is just like Scorpio. They're going to want to get that revenge because it's not fair. So it's like, if I've been showing respect to you and I've been doing this and doing that, helping you to and fro, and then when I need something, you can't even do like the bare minimum of let's say I've been doing 20 push-ups, you can barely give me 1 push-up. It's like, wait a minute, that's not fair. So we feel cheated in such a way. We feel cheated. We feel like, oh, somebody didn't got the best of us. So it's only right that I balance this out. That's why, see, this is the thing. We utilize all 11 zodiac signs before us. It's almost like every single sign that has, they basically have a way of handling things and addressing things. Like with Libra is all about creating fairness, balancing things. So a lot of times you don't get, if you don't get a Libra, that's because it's not adding up to you. You don't see the pair. See, you don't see the paralegal. You don't see the judge. You don't see the person in between trying to control everything, both sides. See, and then not trying to be the person on the receiving end. So when you start as a Pisces and you start doing that same thing, when you get mad, you like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Something's not fair. It's easier for me and safe. It's safer for me to fall back and start to observe. Maybe I missed something. See? And that's how Pisces does things, that a Pisces will fall back and say, wait a minute, if I got taken advantage of, wait a minute. See, it starts with the feeling. More than, and what do we say subconsciously? If you feel like you got taken advantage of, that's because you got, it happened. So that lets you know that your feelings are important. See, because if you was to filter anything, you're going to find something that you may have missed. See, because anything that's pure, it stands. It don't need to be filtered if it's pure. So it's only if something, that's just like if somebody lie. See, it's so, if you really know what a lie is and is in its exact truth, then it's so easy to actually pin it, to actually identify when it happens. See, it's easier said than done. When a person is telling the truth, it stands. It's like, hey, did you eat the last box of cereal? And you're like, no, I didn't eat it. It's like, okay, you could believe that because of how that person just quickly just said it. But a lie always has something extra. It always has the eye roll, the eye movement, the uhs, and then like the extra stuff that comes with the answer to where it sounds more convincing. That's how you're able to tell that it's a lie. It's just like if you were with your ex-girlfriend or your girlfriend, you basically saw her cheating, or you say, hey, were you texting a guy while we were at the gym? And then she's like, no, I certainly not. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Why would I text another girl? She see how she's adding extra. Her body temperature, we could say, is basically adjusting to that lie. She's trying so hard to convince you that she's telling the truth. That's how you know a person is lying to you. See, that's the thing. Now, with a Pisces can really sense this out. This is why you cannot fool a Pisces, especially with lying and trying to do stuff, because Pisces looks at the whole picture. They look at your actions. They look at your history, look at everything. And then it's like when 2 + 2 is not equaling 4, then you know that a Pisces is on to your lie. Now, here's the thing. See, a Pisces can give you room to hang yourself, because listen, a Pisces will see how far and how long you'll go with that lie. See, It is like by the days and by the weeks, it's like, wait a minute, this person still hasn't fessed up about with the truth about what happened. They're still trying to carry this lie out. The Pisces just, like I said, giving you enough rope to actually just drown you, to actually just take you out. It's like a tow truck putting on a hitch and just pulling the situation, pulling you away from this situation even worse than what it would have been had you just told, kept it real. Now, the thing about it is you gotta be careful, because a Pisces doesn't always communicate when they're hurt. It doesn't feel good for a Pisces to really admit it, okay? Because it's already heavy enough for that emotion to be actually, for a Pisces to feel it. It's hard for that particular emotion to be projected. So what you can see, the dark side of Pisces can come out and get very creative on unleashing that habit from which they feel it. And see, it ain't gonna feel too good, because that's the one thing you do not want, is the dark side Pisces to internalize how they feel or what they're feeling, because they could do something at the extreme level and catch you off guard and just end up doing the most unthinkable, the most unpredictable situation. And it could be very, very dangerous, and it can really hurt people. And it can even, I'm gonna tell you, the one thing that's really crazy is that a Pisces can hurt a friend, a family member. It could be somebody that a Pisces actually like. But hey, if you in the way, guess what? A Pisces don't give a they don't care, fam. Like if you in the way of crossfire and you supposed to be real cool with that Pisces, you better watch out, because the shark is coming for everybody here. You get hit, you just get hit. Whatever. It could be a Pisces just snap, and then all of a sudden, every little tidbit of that person of doing something to hurt the Pisces, and the Pisces just has a laundry list of just snapping out and saying, you know what, Tyrone, I'm getting sick of you. You never have a job. You never work. I'm getting tired of taking care of you. You got to get out. Get your stuff and get out. And it could be one of the Pisces' best friends or somebody they was really cool with, just sitting right next to him. A Pisces has a habit of saying, hey, I'm tired of you because, I don't want to talk to you all day. I got to go to work in the morning. But a Pisces can sneak that into the equation, because they may not want it to actually say that to the particular friend. But because they're like, hey, I'm already snapping, I'm already mad, why not I just sneak that in there? Because I didn't want to go there with Chris or whoever it was. But because I was already amped up, I felt the need to go ahead and sneak that into the equation. See? Because a Pisces doesn't want to start that confrontation to where it's like, okay, now it's beef. See? And I'm going to tell you something. The very thing of which a Pisces won't want to go into that confrontation, it's not that the Pisces is weak. It's more about a Pisces protecting you from it. A Pisces is a shark, considered a shark. Two fish going in opposite directions means the Pisces is very unpredictable with what they feeling and what their emotions, their temperament can change on a dime. So Pisces doesn't know what they're going to see. This is the thing. A Pisces doesn't know what they're going to do. See? So to protect you from them, they will say whatever needs to be said. But here's the thing. So many people, they get into a mind frame of thinking that, oh, this Pisces is just a, soft-hearted, kind person. I would never think they'll pull a John Wayne Gacy or, Richard Ramirez. I don't think they'll actually go that far. You got to be careful, because a Pisces can just be, this is the thing. A Pisces has all these different type of thoughts hitting their mind, okay? Because they're so creative, they can actually manifest something they envision, even if it's going to end up being a slaughterhouse. They could get into a mindset of just getting how they're going to handle you, what they're going to do, is just anything. And then you sitting next to them and just thinking that, oh, Pisces just sitting there, she's not gonna do anything. And then boom, next thing you know, the car drives off a cliff and lands right into the seashore, and actually, you know, you sitting there drowning, you froze because of the shock of what just happened. And little do you know, hey, you might just drown in that situation. The Pisces just open the door and just swim off and go back to land and leave you in the car. And it happened so fast, you didn't even know. You didn't even have a chance to react. See, that's the little stuff that I'm talking about, is that you do not know the turbulence. You don't know how the current can go left from right. And next thing you know, you just get caught up in the abyss. You get caught up in something that you weren't even looking for, just because you underestimated that Pisces. See, the emotions are very dangerous. So when I said a Pisces is protecting you from it, it's because a Pisces knows just how much they can hurt you in so many different ways. Because listen, let's ask yourself that. Let's ask yourself, does a piranha leave anything behind? No. If a piranha goes and eats something, they get everything. So there's nothing left over. So if a Pisces will feel that I need to protect you from me, because I'm afraid of what I would do, see, to you. It could just be like, I've seen some stuff that, like, you could be literally talking to someone, and then you could have all these thoughts telling you to, like, literally punch this person, and it's not related to any mental illness or anything. It's just the fact that you having these penetrating thoughts of, like, this person, and it could just be the unraveling of what's hidden inside that person, of why you even feel like that. It could be something from the past lives. This person was beating on somebody or abusing somebody, and next you know, you as a Pisces, you just start wanting to you feel your fists just balling up when you just sitting next to this person and you don't know why. See? And then at that moment glance, you might say, well, damn, why do I feel like this? Like, so Pisces will sit there and be like, wait a minute, why do I feel like this? See? And see, the thing about it is, it's because of all the thoughts. It's because of all the absorption. You're absorbing so much from this person just sitting next to you. And you don't know that it's because it's all of them. It has nothing to do with you. See, this is why I tell people to be careful who you surround yourself with. Because listen, you could pull up so much. Your intuition and you have the sponge. You are the sponge. So you soak in. You pull. It's just like a magnet. You pull things out of people, things that are hidden, things that they don't want you to see. See? So if you're the cosmic mirror, at the same time, it's a lot of people that do not want to face their dark side. They don't want to face anything about them. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you become overwhelmed and you feel like you're getting those thoughts, or you feel very anxious around certain people, that's because you're pulling in their energy. You're pulling in everything about them, but it's not yours. See, like, you got to know how to separate what's yours and what's not yours. See, so if you're around someone and you start to feel just like, oh man, damn, I don't feel comfortable around this person always makes me feel off, or hey, every time they come around, bad things start happening, and all of a sudden it's like it's their energy, but it's not yours. So if you able to mentally separate that, then I guarantee you, as a Pisces, you will be able to swim and move through this universe a lot freely. So it's like, wow, I never knew that this was somebody else's stuff. See? And if you guys think I'm bull cripping, I'm not bull cripping. I'm telling you guys that when you're around people, you do pick up on their energy. See? And it could be from a person could come around you with bad energy and just, you get those bad vibes. You always know when this person shows up and what happens when they do. Something always gets messed up. Something always goes down. So that's how you able to know that, okay, if it was just me, everything seemed peaceful. You know the times when you yourself are with certain people and everything's peaceful. But then when you get around that one person or that, heck, that crowd of people, it's like it just disturbs the peace. Let me see. Just a Count said, I agree. At times, I let people go unhindered to see how far they would take it. Facts. That's the thing. Like, because that's another thing with Pisces. What we tend to do is we act weak. We act weak in order to see what a person would do to us. And a lot of times we know we may be stronger than who we're dealing with, but we just want to see what they would do. We want to see how, like you said, how far they are taken and see what their motives are, because that it wouldn't be no other way to figure out what their motives are unless you act that way. So it's like acting weak. What I mean by acting weak, and for those that don't know what I'm saying, is the fact that you just don't come off aggressive. You don't come off forceful or pushy. You just come off, relaxed and calm. And, another equation could be like people that interrupt you while you're talking. You probably don't, you probably just let them speak. You probably won't really be pushy and trying to, or defensive and trying to say, hey, you cut me off. Or sometimes you just act like the other person is winning. But in your mind, exactly, because you're controlling the game. Once you're in control of your own actions, you are in control. So if a person is doing something and you in control of the game, they can't hurt you or they can't swindle you or anything, because you know the answer and they don't. So who's on the losing end? Let me see. Yeah, definitely. Crowds. Yeah, definitely can be a thing, Justin. And that's another thing. When you say, as far as the aside of you being passive or whatnot, it's the fact that now I'm gonna tell you, because it could be dark sided too. If you have that passive side of you, and let's say you operate that way, now you could become more passive when you don't like somebody anymore, and it could be to the third degree, because I've done it. I admit to it. I've done it. And I remember when I worked at Domino's, I remember that I was mad at the whole staff and whatnot. And I remember the person that was on the oven, there was a bunch of pizzas coming out, but this person was cutting the pizzas. They wasn't paying attention. I seen that the pizzas were coming out, and guess what? I didn't say nothing. Next thing you know, I'm talking about all you heard was just pizza, the little pizza thing, like the little pizza, you guys know what I'm trying to say. The things you cook the pizza with, those things the pan started hitting the floor, and like literally I could have stopped that, but I didn't. I didn't want to. So it's like in those moments where it's like they call those booby traps, where you just let things happen. It's like, oh, hey, I'm sorry you got hit by a car. I saw the car coming. I could have said something, but I don't like you anymore, so I'll let you get hit by the car. See, it's little stuff like that where a Pisces, that's why I said a Pisces, just appreciate them, because it's in those moments where a Pisces sees something, it can save your life or can save lives. But when they get scorned and they feel betrayed and they feel like, oh, they're not getting reciprocated on anything, then you got the dark side Pisces that comes out. Then you got the other fish takes the wheel, and it's in those moments where Pisces is like, oh, here comes a semi truck. Oh, you're over there sitting in the street, playing on your phone, playing Pokemon Go. Oh, it would be really, really helpful for me to say, hey man, watch out for that semi. But maybe not. I'll just keep looking. I'll just keep looking this way, or hey, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. And then boom, see how that could just happen. And then you'll be like, what the heck? The Pisces was standing across the street. He the first responder. He come to you and say, hey man, you all right? Or he just walk past you. It's like that type of stuff. And it could feel really, really evil in the moment, but Pisces feel justified, because Pisces like, you don't care about me. It's just, see, a Pisces looks at it, you not caring about them or reciprocating in such a way. It feels, I'm gonna tell you, it hurts a Pisces, it hurts a Pisces heart when you don't reciprocate or you don't respect them in return. So that semi, it feel the same. It feel like the semi truck hitting the Pisces. So when a Pisces put their emotion towards it and they look at it, when they look at it emotionally like that, then that's how they feel about you all of a sudden. You know, they look at you like, oh, you don't care about me, and it's extreme. So it's like, oh, in the worst way it could get, you don't care about me. So I feel like I'm getting hit by a semi. I feel like you letting the semi run me over. So why should I look out for you when you won't look out for me? See? Because there's no 50-50 exchange. There's no merge. There's no merging. You're not joining me. So if you're not joining me, then I'm looking at you. Hey, I see blood with you. See? Because that's how a Pisces feels. That's why I tell people, like, it's all about how a Pisces feel from the start to the finish. See? And people don't know how important a Pisces feelings and emotions are, and this is why they get confused. They get confused by us. They don't understand us because they do not look at they're not looking at the situation with enough emotions. See, that's why I said, like, when you're dealing with a Gemini is not considering your emotions and feelings. This is why Pisces can get really upset with a Gemini, and vice versa, because a Gemini doesn't look at feelings and emotions. They're not that's not something that they thrive off. They don't go off of that. They get to know you, they're just getting to know you. But they don't want to go into no deep feeling and emotion. They don't feel safe there. See? And that's why a Pisces doesn't connect unless there's feelings and emotions there. So if a Pisces feels like, okay, there's a bunch of crowd of people congregating and talking, and a Pisces can sit there and not say nothing. But as soon as somebody says, oh yeah, they speak the Pisces language, then a Pisces might just be like, oh, wouldn't you know? And then start, holding a conversation with one person that the Pisces is lollygagging and talking like everybody else. That's when the chameleon-like energy from a Pisces comes out, where now it looks like the Pisces just blends in with the crowd. It's no longer the crowd. See, the Pisces become the crowd. That's why I say it's so funny. It's like when you speak in a Pisces language, everything just merges. Everything meshes to where it's no longer something separate going on. Pisces becomes the whole situation now. See, because it's almost like everybody start to look at Pisces as the way, as the truth, as the one that's leading the situation. And this is why Pisces gets overwhelmed when it happens. See, a Pisces likes to be behind the scenes. They like to be, if they are in a venue where there's dinner, maybe people are dressed up in suits and there's some type of elegant dinner going on. Pisces likes to be like, they like to be low key in the situation where, they want to sit in a section where it's all calm and peaceful, so when they're put in a situation where it's like a lot of people are loud and noisy and just, off the chain, then a Pisces might start feeling uncomfortable. See, and why is that? Is because Pisces needs to merge. They need to be a part of, they need to get to know these people. See, but as soon as Pisces get to know the people, then all of a sudden the Pisces starts to connect. Then all of a sudden the people reciprocate. But this is the thing, Pisces doesn't like to be the leader. See, and Pisces doesn't want to be the follower either. That's not what I was going to say. But Pisces doesn't like to be the leader unless they know what it's for. What benefit is it? See, that's like a shark. A shark, what's the point of getting something and there's no benefit? See, because there's two. Then what would it be? It will be a Sagittarius moment. It would be too much risk, too much risk involved that would outweigh the benefit. So that's the thing when it comes to leadership, for a Pisces, got to see the benefit in it, and it has to be something worth it for that Pisces to want to be the manager, for that Pisces to want to be the boss. Because guess what? It's a lot of times where these positions are presented to a Pisces, and guess what? A Pisces is not interested. You could be the head nurse. You could be a nurse on your job, and you get presented with a manager position or something that requires you to be the boss. Guess what? Pisces female, not interested. They cool with just whatever it was they went to school for, whatever that position is. They just, hey, I'm good with this. I don't wanna manage nothing and do, because they don't see the benefit in it. They don't think it's worth it. See, and that's the thing. It's like it has to be either a pay increase. It has to be something worth it, because a Pisces knows the good and Pisces knows the bad sides of doing that. See, and that's the one thing about a Pisces, is they factor in, they actually observe things first before they actually do things. And then that's when they learn and say, okay, well, here you won't make more money. And then Pisces is like, what's the point of doing that? It's just stuff that and every Pisces wants something different. But this is a thing. You might think that the Pisces is being arrogant when they say they don't want that position. See, you might think the Pisces thinks they're too good for the position, and it's not like that. But a lot of times people they get their ego bruised when a Pisces says no. You get the hard no when a Pisces is not interested in being the manager or the boss. Then some people feel salty because they're like, well, wow, I presented this and most people would take this on. But a Pisces is saying, no, I don't want it. Why is that? Because a Pisces knows what comes with it. If it's going to benefit you more than the Pisces, a Pisces can already see through that. You want me to be the manager. You want to control me, and I'm not going to let you control me. See, I'm good doing what I've been doing. So that's the thing. And Pisces sees the control in all those situations that you present to it. And this is why a Pisces will flake on you. See, if you're being controlling and you coming off too pushy, guess what? A Pisces could be wishy-washy with you. Because why would a Pisces be wishy-washy with you? Is to deter you to stop doing what you're doing. See, if you're wishy-washy, it's supposed to make you feel that you cannot count on this person, just like a Gemini. And see, once a person realizes that, wow, can I count on you? Wow, you're supposed to be here at 7, and why are you here at 8:30? A Pisces can do that on purpose. A Pisces can show you that you're not in control. That's all they're really doing. See, but it's subconsciously done, and a Pisces may not communicate what they're doing, but they are communicating what they're doing. They're communicating through their actions, see, versus their words. Because a lot of times people, there's so many, okay, so when a person communicate with words, it's so much room to play, see? When your actions speak louder than words, because it's too much negotiating when it comes to speaking to a person. How would you go to a person and say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not interested in that job offer that you guys had? Well, why, Suzanne? Why do you not want to be the manager? We actually look up to you. You've been here. You actually have seniority over the other workers. We really value. See how it turns into it turns into pressure. It turns into all this extra stuff, because the person is trying so hard to get you to do what they want you to do for them, because you're making them look good. It's not about you, Suzanne. They could give a rat's A about you. It's because of your skill set. It's because of your work ethic. That's what they want from you. See, but they want to use it for their own gain. But they have to sprinkle fairy dust on you, on your name, and try to pump you up with gas to make it seem like, oh, you're so special, but they really just want you to do more work. And see, that's the thing. When you realize this and you start to move different, you start to move like a fish. You start to become wishy-washy, because now once you change this person illusion of who you are, that's the whole thing that you're doing in the first place. You're shattering the illusion of what these people think of you when you are wishy-washy. See how it correlates, see how it manipulates, and you're not even trying. See, when you do this, this is why I say manipulation is not always bad, because sometimes you have to do it in order to get a person to move out the way or to move in the way. It's like all it does is help move things. See, but sometimes you can't get people to move with words. You can't just say, yo, I'm not interested. See how, but why? Oh, but hey, you're gonna get a $15 increase in such and such, and hey, the Skyping is, oh, it's great. I know you don't want to miss that. And guess what? You'll have every weekend off, every other weekend. It's like, I said no. But why not though? Well, I tell you what, how about we just do a try run and you start off doing this for hey, taking on this new role. We'll do it slowly. And it's like, I said no. But that's not, see, I'm just saying, when you say no, now you get the tug of war, see? And then you get the backlash now, because if they see that, oh, you're saying no because you don't want to do such and such, then they know where to attack. See, they know where to send those targets. They know where to apply the pressure to get you to say yes. So that's why when you just become wishy-washy and you don't give them an explanation, now they are making a judgment call. Because now they're saying, oh, well, now I see that Suzanne really isn't what I thought she was. See, you shattered the illusion. Well, hey, she was showing up, Monday through Friday on time. But hey, she's been late the last 3 days, is, going to, 25, 30 minutes late. I don't think she'll be able to handle the position. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry, Jerry. Yeah, she's not going to be a good fit. And then the Pisces is like, thank you so much. Whew, I'm glad they chose somebody else, because I didn't want to do it. See, that's the thing, is that a Pisces just knows they have to be strategic about how they say no and different stuff, because why? The ego. See, and this is why I say the ego dies when a person come around a Pisces with a strong ego. It gets dissolved. See, it gets dissolved because everything this is why you can't control a Pisces. You cannot control a Pisces even if you try, because Pisces dissolves all boundaries. So there is nothing that holds a Pisces down. You can never keep a Pisces just glued and stuck or pinned down to something, because a Pisces is so elusive that a Pisces will literally escape. There's no way of holding that fish down, because as soon as you try to put that fish into a box, it's going to escape. And now everything that was bound and holding that box together is now you looking at it and it's like, oh, what happened? How did that fish escape that? Oh, they found a way to escape. See, that's why I said either whatever you try to do to a Pisces, they will always find a way out. No matter what. They will always find, you might think they're locked in, but guess what? Pisces always finds a way out. And you will never be able to know how they did it. See? Because a Pisces can move the way they move, and the way the way they enter a situation is not going to be the same way that they exit. It's like they find ways through communication, movement, just the way everything, they find a way to move through life, to not have to be stuck to, or have to be controlled or be pinned down to one thing. That's why I said when it comes to relationships, you got to be careful, because if a Pisces is not happy, you will lose that Pisces. See, it doesn't always mean they'll go cheat. Sometimes they'll just be done with you. They're not gonna, they're gonna leave you alone. It doesn't always mean they're gonna go cheat and do that. Because another thing, a Pisces is not gonna let you know. They're not gonna say, oh yeah, you've been doing this, you've been cutting up. Why does that? That's because it takes too much energy, and a Pisces rather show you than sit there and talk to you. Because in the Pisces mind, we're done talking. We tried that already, it didn't work. So that's the thing, when you get to a point where a Pisces stops communicating with you about things, that's because it no longer is available to do so. See, a Pisces take their energy back. When they unravel their emotion, they give you some emotions of theirs. As soon as you abuse it, they take that right away from you. See, that's how Scorpio does the same thing. Scorpio gives you the friendship. Then the minute you let them down or you hurt them, they take everything that's friendly about them, they take it away. And it's almost like you don't have access to that anymore. And it's the same way with Pisces. You don't have that right anymore with me. See? Yeah, I was talking, I was cool with you. And the minute you showed me you showed me your cards, guess what? We're done there. See? But I just didn't tell you that we're done there. Why? Because you should know. And I'm not going to tell you, because this is not a game of fairness between me and you. I'm looking at you like the enemy. So why would I tell my enemy what I'm up to next? It makes no sense. Your enemy is never supposed to know what you're up to. See, and some people do not, this is another dangerous thing. Some people do not know who their enemies are. Some people are so lost to knowing that who their enemies are. Now, when it comes to the 12th house, you got to know who your hidden enemies are. Oh, yeah. With Pisces has hidden enemies. See, it's not the open-ended enemies, the ones you know. With Pisces, it's some people that are still trying to figure out how you escaped. The last beating, the last thing that happened. They're still studying you. They're still watching you. But you never see them because they're hidden enemies. They do this on purpose. They're hiding on purpose. They do not want you to know that they're your hidden enemy. This is the dangerous thing with Pisces, because the thing about it is the same people that know you see them are the same ones that know they have to hide. See, because they know how powerful you are. Your enemies know your strengths. They know your weaknesses. They know your strengths. And they know they have to hide around you because they know your intuition is strong enough to pin things down, to pinpoint situations and things and outcomes. And this is why you find, why does everybody try to shake your hand, Pisces? Why does that person have the biggest smile on their face when they see you? Because they really want to hide how they really feel about you. See, anytime someone's trying to convince you, Pisces, that means that how they really, really want to hurt you. See, they have to sell you something. They have to sell you something. They have to sell you an illusion. They have to sell you the dream of, oh, we're cool, we're friends. So why would I don't want you to know that I'm going to hurt you. That's the thing when people try to convince you, Pisces, and they try to come off all nice and friendly, they're just letting you know they actually have teeth behind that mask. See? This is why am I saying this? Because look, Pisces, I'm going to say 50% of Pisces, and I'm not saying in quantity, I'm saying 50% of a Pisces, meaning half of one Pisces looks out for the best in others. Want to see people make it. And I'm going to tell you the truth. 50% of a Pisces doesn't give a damn. See, whether you make it out or not. And this is, hey, this is the thing, people, the misconceptions about Pisces is people do not really know us like they think they do. There's a part of Pisces that does not give a damn. And then there's a part of Pisces that actually wants to see people do well, people make it. And the thing that happens is that okay, so within the duality of a Pisces is that you don't know where that Pisces is at that current moment. And I'm gonna tell you how is this done. This is done by moods. And if you catch Pisces on the wrong day, and they're in a bad mood, fam, I would recommend you just, hey, do not do nothing important. Make no plans. Don't do nothing, because a Pisces that's in a bad mood, and they are not going to give a rat's tail about what you're doing, what you're going through. And then when they get into that mind, they get focused, just like a shark. When they're pissed off in a bad mood, that's not the day to be trying to go fishing. That's not the day to be trying to go see a movie. That's not date night. No, that's not even nothing to do with a picnic or anything. Because Pisces can't help it. It's unfinished business. And Pisces won't change their mood until they get to the bottom of it. That's why I tell people, what's at the bottom? It's the bottom of the ocean. Till they get to the bottom of it, it's not, you're not going to be able to get a Pisces to snap out of that mindset. And that's why a Pisces will literally, they'll be on attack mode at that moment. It's like anything, because that's the thing. Pisces is very territorial about how they feel about things. And they already know, like, the worst thing you could do is minimize it. Try to make it seem small and, try to cast it aside. Oh man, you still mad about that? That ain't even a question you should be asking me, if I'm still mad about that. Because it's not even me being mad. It's that, hey, it's unfinished business. It has to be an ending, see, to that cycle. Because I'm going to tell you what'll happen. A Pisces will chase it down. A Pisces will go after it. That's the thing. If you do not settle something with a Pisces, that always recommend you go apologize and squash it. Because if you don't do that, guess what? A Pisces closes all loose ends. There is no boundaries, man. Pisces dissolves all boundaries. You try to go weeks and months without saying, hey, I'm sorry about what happened. You best believe a Pisces is still hell-bent on getting whatever it is that they feel should have happened. They will make that happen. The story will end the way the Pisces sees it happening, whether it's good or bad. See, because the outcome, a Pisces cares about the outcome more than anything, is that, hey, if I have to be the last one that you see before the new life, or hey, whether this person goes to prison for the rest of their life, guess what? And it was at the expense of that Pisces, guess what? A Pisces will not care about the consequences. And how do you know this to be true? Richard Ramirez, John Wayne Gacy, they didn't care about, especially John Wayne Gacy, he didn't give a rat's tail about nothing. He had his mind set on those particular victims, and that's it. See? He didn't care about prison. He didn't care about serving time. He already did what he wanted to do. He was satisfied once he got what he wanted. That's the thing. Remember, I told you guys, you do not know what a Pisces wants. You do not know why a Pisces is stealing. You don't know why that Pisces is on a ravaged run of just stealing things. It's not for a prize. It's not for a competition. Why is that Pisces always stealing? Because that Pisces wants something. See? That Pisces wants something that you will never, ever in your whole life even figure. You won't be able to figure out why. See? But you might be just terrified, or you might just think it's funny that, man, every time I come around this Pisces, he always, you know, thieving. He's always stealing stuff. I'm gonna tell you, it's another secret. Pisces is the I'm gonna tell you, hands down, and I'm just keeping it truthful, going off the facts. If you know a Pisces that steals, I'm gonna tell you, you're never gonna catch him unless he wants to get caught. See, you do Pisces. I know a man right now that was a thief. Now he got caught though, this particular thief, but he been thieving for his damn whole life. Like literally in and out of prison for it. But you gotta ask yourself, why would he do that? Because he valued something more than what was. See, that's why I always say, maybe there was an outlet for him. Maybe he got the satisfaction. Maybe he got excited. Maybe that stealing stuff basically made his day. We know it's wrong, yeah, of course. But I always say this, that you never really know why a person is doing something. It never will make sense to you, but it makes more sense to them because they're getting a benefit out of it. They're getting maybe it's some sort of rush, adrenaline rush or something. Maybe they're getting some type of high off of that to where it makes them feel good, or it just makes like I said, it just makes their day. But you never know what makes someone else's day. And that's why you can't judge people, because the same thing that you look upon and you might feel like it's bad because you wouldn't do it, that actually might be somebody else's thing, even if it's something that's considered bad. Now, so yeah, trust is a double-edged sword. Facts. The thing with trust is that you have, this is the thing with trust, is that there is nobody in this world that's perfect. You will get hurt, but you have to know that, like, when you go into situations, you gotta already know that that's going to happen. Like friends, they say you have just as many friends that you could fit into your pocket, which is true. Well, you could barely fit one friend inside of your pocket, right? That's how many friends you have. That's just the realness and the truth of the whole friendship. We're friends. That's not even realistic. See, you have just as many friends as you can fit in your pocket. And the reason why people hate hearing that is because they may have friends. They want friends. But the thing about it is, why would you give somebody that makes just as many mistakes as you the type of trust? You wouldn't give someone that same trust that you trust in yourself, and you risking disappointment or whatever could come from that. That should tell you how much trust you rationalize and how much trust you actually give, because it takes years for a person to actually, give trust away, or because it's a give and exchange situation. And when you get hurt, somebody, causes a scene or does something to show you that you can't trust them, it's almost like you did it to yourself, because you should have never put so much trust into this person to begin with. Now, see, Alone says a Pisces disrespect can quickly lead to anger, repeated disrespect from the same person. Facts, but this is the thing, like, disrespect is almost like you said, it does lead to anger. It's because you realize that you wouldn't treat yourself that way. So why would you let somebody else treat you that way? You wouldn't do it to yourself. And that's how people feel. So it's like, the best thing to do is not to tolerate it. As soon as it happens, just address it. Dismiss yourself, walk away, because you cannot, once somebody show you who they are, you have to believe them. See? And that saying right there is so powerful. It's so important because so many people are shown who they're dealing with, and they still continue to hang with these people and be with these people after they already been shown who these people are. See, like if I was to take something from you, I'm showing who I am and what I'm about. So you should believe that about me, that hey, this person tried to take something from me that belonged to me. So why would you be continuing to be this person's friend, calling them friend, and now you think they're gonna apologize for taking your stuff? No, they actually just showed you who they are. Like, they're gonna take something from you. So that why would you think any different? So that's why I tell people, like, if someone cheats on you, that's how they feel about you. Somebody hurts you, that's how they feel about you. See, somebody's talking about you behind your back, that's how they feel about you. People treat you how they feel about you. And the thing about it is, especially when you're a Pisces, you will know this, because the very people, when you know somebody really feeling you, they always check on you. They always, hey man, you good? Hey, you need me to bring something? You need somebody to talk to? Hey man, they always there. But people that don't like you, they feel that way, they treat you differently. People that don't like you, they show you they don't like you. They make sure you know. But if you the type of person where you don't believe them, who's looking like a fool then? So that's why you have to pay attention to how people communicate with you. If they're not saying any nice things to you, they do not like you. And I'm gonna tell you, like, and this is like a good thing to know when you're in the workplaces, because this is like one of the known places. That's a known area where this tends to jump off, is that the people, like the staff, when they don't like you, like, oh man, they don't like me because they didn't even tell me what time I was supposed to take my break. Or hey, the little things they do to show you that, hey, that you're separate, or hey, that you are not welcome here. So it's like those little things. But some people just, ignore it because they don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that that's actually happening. Now, another thing I wanted to say, is the fact that we got this thing about being an open box. And most people want open, they want a box to be open easily, right? They want everything to be given to them freely and just as they need it from you. They want everything to be easy. I don't recommend being an open book, open box or open book, because you're giving away too much access to you. See, and then it also kills the interest, because it's like, oh, you're an open book, so what more do I need to know about you? You're an open book. I get you, and you just make everything easy for me to get to know you. Sometimes you have to be closed off to situations, because you have to protect yourself, right? And it's like, if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and you're constantly being open, then what does that mean? You're basically more easier to attack. See, the more open you are, then that means you're going to take in more pain. See? And it doesn't matter whether you know these people or doesn't matter. You're going to experience pain when you open yourself up. Do you notice when you're closed off, people are very, very leery to approach you? Oh, Don's he's not approachable. He doesn't talk. And it's like, you see how that person backs off, because now they're like, wait a minute. Yeah, Don, I don't want to deal with him. Yeah, he's always, quiet and closed off, and I don't want to deal with that. Like, and that's actually protection, because if there's a raccoon in the backyard, and that itself saying there's a raccoon in the backyard. You know how many people, especially with bad intentions, they're not going to want to go in that backyard because they heard there was a raccoon back there. So Don is nothing different from that raccoon. Don doesn't talk. So that's enough for people with bad energy. They'll be like, oh, I don't want to deal with Don. No, Don. Oh, that raccoon's back there. Oh, no, I'm not going out there. And sometimes that is the best thing, because when people can't figure you out, they don't want to deal with you. But guess what? That's half the people in the world. And I'm telling you guys, this is powerful, because when the people that do like you for who you are, that's the people you want to keep around you. See, the people that don't like the fact that you're to this and to that, it's because they basically they want to control you. And when they can't control your behavior, they don't like you, because it makes them feel uncomfortable. It makes something within them starts to break. See, if I'm being myself, it shouldn't matter. You should accept me for who I am. Not for conditions, not for, oh, if he talks or he laughs or so if I'm doing what you want me to do, we're cool, right? See how controlling, and you ward off those type of people that are controlling when you stay closed in, when you're not an open book. See? Because then that person, if you're an open book, they have to find a page. See? They have to find, where does this book start at? They don't want to see. You take the time to get to know the person when you actually accept them for who they are. Then we can start exchanging our stories with one another. As you begin to read me and I begin to show you who I am, then we can start at page 1. See? Because now you accepted me for who I am. So now things are becoming more interesting. But what's the point of being an open book if you're trying to control the narrative? See? And that's the thing you got to watch out for. And see, if you're the type of person that will say, well, I don't want to be weird. I don't want people not to like me, though. If I'm just being myself and even though I'm a quiet person, I want to act like I'm an extrovert just so people don't think I'm weird. What are you giving your power away? You're giving yourself away. See? And you best believe that those people that you give your power away to are saying those things about you. Oh yeah, Don. Yeah, Don, man. Yeah, man. He always makes sure I'm good, man. Hey, we talk about everything. We talked about the game, and yeah, so hey, I'm going over his house for dinner because I don't feel like cooking. And see how this person starts disrespecting you and just like basically telling the world that you have no type of you don't have any type of it's like you're just so easily open to everything. That's why another thing, never saying no is the worst thing you could do. If you never, because I'm telling you, people pay attention to you not telling them no. And they push and they will test you and they will say, wait a minute, Don never tells me no about anything I ever ask of him. Does this mean that I can get $5,000 from Don? Like they start thinking like that. Like, oh, if Don has no type of boundaries to him, then, why am I being nice to this person? This is what you got to watch out for. Because every time, I'm going to tell you, we live in a world where everyone wants to conquer something. See? Everybody's playing for keeps. It's all strategy. And it's not that many people. It's only like 5%. There's not a lot of people out here that just have genuine, just, hey, I just want to be cool. I accept you for who you are. You accept me for who I am. It's not much of that going on. So when you just gotta be careful when now another thing too is that, and this is like telekinesis in a way, because you as a Pisces could read minds, okay? And a lot of times you could really know what someone's thinking based off of what just happened. And it's so crazy is that the very thing that you know that whoever it is in the room or what they're thinking about when something happens, it's a lot of times when you're right. The thing about it is you really have to use it. You have to utilize what you know about a particular thing or a situation or a person, because if you sit there and doubt yourself and say, well, no, I don't really know if that's what's going on, but you start realizing that it's the truth. And that's what you got to pay attention to, because when it's the truth, it doesn't give you any loose ends. It doesn't give you anything extra. Why would it? It's the truth. It doesn't need details. See, it doesn't need you to have to figure it out. When something is so, there it is. It's certain. And that's the thing you got to watch and pay attention to and know how powerful it is. That's how you use your intuition, because your intuition, it'll just show you things. And it doesn't have anything to go with it. It's not like, oh yeah, oh, something bad's gonna happen, or something good gonna happen. Yeah, maybe it might happen next week. It's not like that. It'll tell you exactly, like, you know what, Friday, call off. And you might not know why. You might be like, what? I just felt some type of thing within myself. Just, my intuition just told me to call off on Friday. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden, you don't listen to your intuition. And then you go to work. And next thing you know, there's a fire. There's something that something goes off in the workplace. And then it's like, oh my God, my intuition told me not to come to work today, and I didn't listen. See, and it's like in those moments when you get that feeling and you know something's off, I don't give a what's going on, follow your intuition. Because I'm telling you, when you are a Pisces and your intuition is there, it's on 10, man. And you might feel like, oh, you might not believe so. It's not for you to figure out whether it works or not. You just gotta listen to your intuition. Don't try to figure it out, because that's what makes you doubt it even more, is by you trying to understand it. You can't do that. You gotta just let it do its thing. And then as soon as it shows you, it's like it makes sense later. It's like, okay, we'll save the questioning for later and say, oh yeah, add everything to it later after it happens, because then it'll make more sense to you. See, it's never really like clear to you of what it's doing. But when it shows you things, it's like you might have a dream that you were going, like me. I had a dream that I was going to get fired from Toppers a long time ago, right? And it showed the intuition in the dream was like living right through it. The manager said, you know what? My birth, my real name is Brian. So there's like, yo, just said, Brian, you're done. You're fired. I said, okay, well, damn, in the dream. So then I'm like, man, I had that stigma, like it just wouldn't leave me. And then sure enough, that same manager came to me and was like, you know what, Brian, you're done. You're fired. I was like, oh my God, I had that dream, and see, it came to pass. Like in those moments, that's why I'm saying, like, your intuition just keeps you 10 steps ahead. Let me see here. So do you guys have anything to add to it, or anything that you would like to, if you guys want me to do it, any type of videos or any type of questions you may have or want to know anything, let me know. I know there is a defense mechanism that us Pisces has, and it's a 2-letter word. And I know it's easier said than done, but a lot of times I know y'all Pisces out there, we say, we're done. We're done. And I know I've seen a lot of Pisces do that. They say, oh, we're done. And I'm going to tell you that if a Pisces tells you that, it's over. There's no coming back to when a Pisces says they're done. And I've seen this happen because when a Pisces says they're done, it's over. There is no getting back with them. There is no nothing you could do. You can't pay them nothing. You can't do none of that. Another thing, and remember, just as a Pisces does things in its extreme, when you piss a Pisces off, you best believe you are extremely effed, okay? Because that means you effed up so bad on an extreme level. So this is not like, oh, like a Pisces being very, very sensitive and you doing something small. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you doing something extremely effed up. That's what, when a Pisces gets to a point where they're done. Like, we were cool, but now I just don't like you no more. Like, I don't like you anymore. And I want you to, if you're going to be around me, I'm going to show you, and you're going to feel it. See? And another thing too, I would like to add on that is that if a Pisces is distant, if they're if they're being distant from you, and they keep being distant, it's like every time you get a little closer, you send an invitation out, that Pisces doesn't show up. It's like, oh, I didn't get your message. And they start to do that. And it's like every time you take 2 steps forward, that Pisces takes 3 steps back. And it keeps happening. That means the same thing. That Pisces is done with you. They don't want to have anything to do with you. Remember, they're protecting you from them. I wouldn't want to be around a Pisces that's taking 3 steps back after I take 2 steps forward. And then I do it again. And then they take those 3 steps back. Because then I'm going to tell you, as soon as you start to probe, that shark is going to eat you. Yes, alive. Yes. Because now the Pisces has, you cannot have their back against the wall. What did I say? Having an open box is only going to create a what? A way for that Pisces to escape, and they will escape. And if their back is against the wall and they constantly have been trying to get away from you, guess what? How that can end? That can end when you are in a coffin. Hey, they did what they had to do. You wouldn't stop. And literally, that's how it would end, is that they will consume you. Because whatever you put a Pisces into, whatever situation you put a Pisces into, they consume it. Water, if you notice when you fill a cup up with water, what does it do? It fills, right? And then if it fills so much to what that cup can hold, what does it do? It overflows. See? And you do not know how much of a Pisces and what they can actually handle. See? Because they're a water sign. You don't know what situation you could put them into that they can actually overconsume that in itself, meaning that situation can be a piece of cake to that Pisces. See? I wouldn't want to deal with that, because listen, if that Pisces feel like you're an easy lunch, and they're protecting you because they know how strong they are. Like a Pisces can know they know how strong they are. And it's like a little squirrel running around a wolf or running around in circles with a bear. And it's like, you think a bear is going to, what do you think they're going to do to a little goat? Or somebody, it's like, you gotta think of the mindset, the mentality of that bear. As you read their mind, you're like, wait a minute, this bear will eat me. I'm an easy meal for this bear. Why would I sit here and play around with this bear like that? And I'm risking my life. That bear can literally just tear me up and eat me up, leave my tail away from my... It's all kinds of ways that bear can literally have his way with that squirrel. So that's why I'm saying, why would you want to go against a Pisces that's constantly trying to show you that they do not want to have anything to do with you? Because they already know you're an easy victim. You're an easy target. Why do I don't even want to mess with you. Just go away. Just go away. But then when a Pisces has had enough and you don't get it and you keep pushing, guess what? They're going to do you in so many ways, even after it's over. They'll keep doing things to show you that this was already an easy thing from the jump. I wish you would have just got what I was trying to show you day one. See? Because I was only giving you room to make you look like a fool, even a worser fool. What is a worser fool? A clown. I was only giving you enough room to show, just really show what kind of person you really are. Like now, you're dragging this out. So that's why if you're fighting your Pisces baby mama for, child support, let it go. See, if you're doing something, you're trying to get the upper hand and trying to finesse the situation, stop. Because she's gonna win, fans. She's gonna win. She's gonna get all her coins, and you're gonna be looking stupid, and you're gonna be feeling salty, like, oh man, dang, why did I fight for custody? And she ended up winning anyway. Because why? Jupiter. People don't be knowing, like, see, that when it comes to Sagittarius and Pisces, it's almost like, now I know a lot of people don't believe in luck, but it's always fortunate and as a blessing that a Sagittarius and a Pisces always ends up in a better situation. They always, you find Sagittarius and Pisces winning the lottery, doing all kinds of stuff, like even in situations where they should have been gone. Surviving car accidents, surviving such and such, battling different types of, body type of situations, like disease and stuff, like getting past it. And it's like, wait, how did that person get out of that situation? It's just the Jupiter influence. See, that could be related to relationships. What's going on, James Hudson? What's going on? Welcome to the live. I'm gonna be doing videos. Excuse me. I'm gonna be doing videos too. So basically what I did with my videos is I had to redo them. So y'all will see some of my old videos, me bringing them back. So, I know they may look different, but it's like, y'all gotta understand that was like 3-4 years ago. So like some of the classic videos I know people like to see, I'm gonna re-release those, put them back out. So I ain't gonna change the name. Now the name, like I say, is Team Pisces Live. That doesn't mean that I just do live only. I actually do videos too, shorts. But yeah, definitely I'm gonna be releasing videos too. I just had to get some equipment together with my softwares and stuff that I be using. But what's another thing? Let me know in the comments what y'all like to see next. I appreciate everybody still here listening with me or whatnot. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. And thanks for watching. Peace out. I'll catch y'all on the next one.